Okay. Bungie is frantically patching up exploits. Commune with the darkness. So today we're continuing with the Beyond Light campaign. I think we're pretty close to done. I think we're about to unlock the Stasis subclass today, which is very exciting. Where's the lore stuff? A little confused.
Guardian.
Excellent, Guardian. Even smaller tasks, yada yada.
Very good.
Oops. Yeah, I've been enjoying the campaign so far. I'm really excited about the new subclass.
What
But I gotta
cipher
do
is
my
this?
Destiny homework. Gotta get my bounties first. Phobos Warden Greaves. 63 stats. Wow. That's a lot more than anything else I have. That's cool. Do they look cool? Sort of. They're quite orange. We are deploying Guardians to all corners of the system.
Yes, Guardian, by all means. Let's get started.
This is old lore. Skip. Okay. So I just put a little bit into this.
Do you have
Not a lot.
something for me, Guardian?
That's impossible. No.
All right. Cool. Let's check the gunsmith.
Strip the metal. Send it to a rock.
So who won?
Who won?
Done and done.
Autos, fusions, grenade, arc.
Keep it loaded.
Skies. Dancing guardians. Usual.
I think I've heard this arrangement before. I like it.
Good to see you, Guardian. I know
And I'm off.
that I know my kids.
All right, to the moon, Alice. Let's go.
The oldest encryption
comes the
methodologies
big
sometimes
light and
contain the
boss the
greatest
emergency.
secrets, and sometimes, well, not.
Where am I intended to go?
War is a
Meet with the
crime.
next Crux of Darkness in the Rise Reborn approach. The next lesson is out of control. In order to wield stasis effectively, it must become an extension of your will. Discipline your mind, and you'll make this dark power yours, instead of the other way around. The next Crux is located in the heart of House Salvation's territory. The enemies you face there will attack with the rage of the affronted. Focus your abilities with firm resolve so that the battle plays out exactly as you see fit. Okay. Rise Reborn.
Excuse me. Awesome. If we get this right, they won't know what hit 'em.
I heard you can actually talk to this guy through the window. They fixed that too? And Bungie.
Your help.
All over it.
Oh,
I feels good to be back in game, man. It's been a long week. Let's see. Speed Fallen, Speed Vex, Solar, Fusion Rifle. It's very specific. Alright, so I gotta use a Fusion Rifle. Let's track a couple of these. Autos and fusions. I feel like fusions is a little less natural for me. So let's track fusions and grenade launchers. And let's find the fusion rifle.
a house of light.
And
I
a
did
grenade
not
launcher.
think I would live to see such a thing.
Plemusa. And Rise Reborn is where? Here. Oh, there it is. Well, let's roll out then. Oh, I need a non-special. Oh, auto is right. Cool. Let's do the event. Spaghetti. Not bad. Did I see a bounty? Yeah, let's pick that up. I mean, not a bounty. Yeah. Patrols. I like the new patrols.
This place is unsafe for Varix and his allies. Hostile creatures stalk us through the snow. Kill them, and you will be rewarded.
Okay, evil master. Kill them, and you will be rewarded. It's a very Darth Sidious kind of thing to say, I feel like.
Aramis is sending another wide-range transmission.
$5 footlong. I remember those days.
My fellow Elixir, another foundational pillar of our beautiful society has been knocked down.
So,
Praxis,
Aramis is literally like Elixir
death
Hitler.
at the hands of those
That's the way this is being
puppets
written.
will not go unavenged.
She's a
You will answer for what
charismatic
you've done.
leader
I will see to
of a
it myself.
downtrodden people,
Rise now, my
taking
fellow
to radical measures.
Do not let this scum
to
take
seize
all our
power.
Sisters, brothers, fathers, and mothers. We are the future of our kind, and we will destroy all who threaten us. Leave no
Zigao.
one alive.
That's not where I'm going. I don't think. Oh. I take it back. I am going that way. I love the way Bungie does these settings. They feel so huge. I just love how they pull that off. Look at this place. Give me that. Put it right in my taint. Yes. Yes. Time to super all the things. Tell me I'm not doing this right. Now have I earned it, Stasis Daddy? I want it. And the communion.
Be careful, Guardian. This is stasis at its most powerful. I won't lie. It scares me. I just don't want to see it turn on you. Its grasp is sinister.
I want to walk on the balcony. Let me out of here. I want to see these lore entries. Where do I read them? Oh, here. Oh, they changed this. Interesting. The one ship stealer. I kind of want to read a couple of these. In the depth of the prison of elders, Aramis is the Kell of no house. Outside, she is the firebrand of House Devils, the archfiend of Twilight Gap, the ship stealer. But here, she has no house. Here she reigns all on her own. In the arena where Elixir Runts and leaderless Cabal challenge her, she rules with a broken arc spear for a scepter. It's the strongest weapon they'll give her, and she bends it to her will. No matter how many times the ether-fat guards try to send her to her death in that arena, she triumphs. She kills their champions, watches the ether hiss from their masks, watches the gel leak out of their suits. She begins to cherish the smell of a good fight. Blood, sweat, ether, fear. She imagines that one day, a banner will be emblazoned with a broken spear and an inverted crown. House of Anarchy. House of Riot. House of Aramis. House of Nothing. When there was only one Kell, there is no need for houses. Today, she fights the Centurion of the Broken Red Legion. Money changes hands. His pauldrons are scuffed with the memory of battle. And he'd been given a warhammer. He raises it to cheers and peacocks for the crowd. Aramis tosses her broken spear between her hands, waiting. Two glowing, pinpoint eyes focus on her as the Centurion turns. He swings the hammer at her. She rolls out of the way. He swings it again, but she's behind him now and out of his sight line. Like a creature searching for a fly on its back, he struggles to find her. She jams the sparking head of her arc spear into a notch in his armor and uses the leverage to vault herself onto his shoulder. He rages like a Nursai beast, all fury and stupidity, and nearly throws her from his shoulders. She tries to pull her spear free, but his giant hand knocks her senseless for a moment. The spear releases at the last minute. She grabs the top. Arc energy bites her palm as she jams the tip of the blade under the edge of his helmet and into his neck. He screams. Before he falls off, she leaps and lands on her feet. The crowd never cheers for her. Instead, they whisper. No prison will hold Aramisco, they say. Aramisco is a devil greater than the devils themselves. Aramisco does not know how to lose. The wolf. The neighboring cell holds a wolf. She ignores him at first. He's too greedy for her acknowledgement. Sometimes he reminds her of the needy dregs that followed her old Kel like carrion birds, squawking for attention and squabbling over his kills. What the Eliksni have lost more than anything is dignity. Eventually, the wolf learns to intrigue her. He calls himself Praxis, and he has ideas, but he's young. He thinks every idea he conceives of is the first and best of its kind. She suspects he's never had to report directly to a Kel. He likes to talk about machines, building them, bending them to his will. He has a mad idea about recapturing the Great Machine, binding it in arc wire and making it give them its power. He's been listening to the stories about Gol. She lets him talk, and she asks him questions. Every question is a whetstone. Every conversation is a test. It will only take one failure to lose her interest. The Great Machine made the Eliksni great, she says, until it left us. When it did, we were weaker than when it arrived. Why do you seek its touch again? To return us to that strength, he says. His voice is muffled through the wall between them, but the arrogance comes through clear. How can you build strength on a foundation of weakness? She asks. Every word is a needle, each word which should sting him with revelation. He remains silent. Did the Great Machine make the Eliksni strong? Or did it draw out the strength within us? She asks. Again, silence. She tilts her head back, looking at the dark ceiling of her cell. Reliance is the greatest weakness. Remember that. You are playing with a child stacking spheres. He's silent so long that she begins to wonder if he was worth her time. And he says, I will create new spheres. She closes her eyes and smiles. Chapter 3, The Traitor. On the day of the prison break, Aramis is nursing a gut wound. It's not fatal, or at least she doesn't think so. She won the match in the arena, but not before an arrogant captain drove a sword into her side. It cut through her devil robe and left a blue bloom of blood that reminds her of the water flowers on Rise. Athras loved water flowers. She's dozing when Varix arrives at her cell. Aramis. She opens her eyes, then narrows them immediately. Despite the wound, she stands, too quick, getting dizzy. Steps toward the cell door. Traitor, she says in greeting. Varix flinches, shakes his head, lowers his eyes. Even with the door between them, she can see his fear. It buoys her. There's change to come, he says quietly in Eliksni, and then looks over his shoulder. His eyes dart back and forth, fearful, suspicious. He switches suddenly to the clumsy common language of the Guardians. Change Varix will make, yes? Change Varix will lead. But Varix, too, will need a leader. Aramis laughs. You wish to make me your prisoner, Kel? No. Varix wishes. I do not care what you wish, Varix the loyal, she says. There are Eliksni who change in the shadow of prison bars. They fall. They shrink. But Aramis has grown. She must show Varix that even with the steel between them, he is smaller. He is still a dreg pretending to be a vandal. If there's justice in this world, one day I will dock your last two arms and leave you for dead. Something in Varix's eyes hardens. They share a tense silence. Finally, he says, in a voice as cold as ether, do not say that Varix did not try to help. He leaves and Aramis settles herself on the floor of the cell. Later, an alarm sounds. The warden projects a message in Varix's voice. The doors of her cell open unprompted as frenzied Eliksni and Cabal charge through the prison, thirsting for freedom. 4. The Visionary. In the first several months of her freedom, Aramis curses Mizrax, the Forsaken. He has a wish to be Kel, a captured traitor, a four-armed dreg cringing before a false queen, playing pretend among the enemies of the Elixni. And worst of all, the most humiliating, he has beaten Aramis. She has failed to acquire the Siva weapon, failed to shame the Guardians, failed to reignite the fires of the House of Devils. Her failure haunts her. Now she sits on the bridge of her stolen ketch, a straight-spined and staring at some distant point that she had long passed, one she can never return to. Atrax, youngest of her council, watches her from across the room. She closes the gap between them. "My Kel," she says. She has a voice like a child. Aramis is quiet for a beat longer than she needs to be. Finally, she says, "You are too young to remember the old house, what the devils were before." Atrax bows her head out of respect. "This failure has no sting for you." The Aramis bites, bitter. Atrax keeps her head bowed, then slowly she raises it. Her eyes dart over Aramis's face, searching. "I am too young to remember," she agrees, "but my eyes are clear. I can see what the devils will be." Aramis opens her mouth to remind Atrax of her place. Pauses. Something in her mind unlocks. She stands to her full height, stretches her second set of arms. "No," she says. Clarity has descended on her like a rice rain shower. "The devils are nothing." She begins walking out of the room, purpose in her step, fire in her belly. The devils are dead. House of Anarchy, House of Ruin, House of Aramis. We must become something new. And then missing a bunch. I'll come back to this when I get a few more. Oh, what the heck, I'll read it. I'm enjoying this. I like the reading the books while playing the game experience. Takes me back to Skyrim. 10. The Warrior. I am Phylax, once warrior of the House Devils, once child of Home Rise. I speak now to Elixni still scattered. Listen close. There is no repeating. Death to House Devils, ashes to Home Rise. I cast off these useless things and I pledge my life to Rise Reborn, to Aramis and her house salvation. I fought many battles and found no warrior above the knife will of Aramiskel. Together we sieged the walls of the Earth City with weapons in every claw. Side by side we spilled life force across the system. No catch was out of her reach. No death could seize her. Even enchained by the wretched Reefborn, she grew only stronger in mind and body. Chelchis, Skolas, Axis, resurrect them all and watch her reduce them to dregs. Her new claim power is beyond any they wielded, beyond any our people ever knew. And she will grant it to all who unite under her banner. Even now, as lieutenant, I share in that with her. Side by side, our bodies thrum with the same ice-cold energy. Energy to drag the great machine from the sky and fortify our new city with its metal hide. Energy to defeat the wretched of the system and feed our children with the battle bounty. Energy to reign beyond 1,000 lifetimes. All you now hear. I am Phylax, the warrior of darkness. Life to Rise Reborn, victory to the Kel of Darkness, glory to the House Salvation. I'm way too excited about this. Okay, let's get back to playing games. I'm going to click through a bunch of this stuff first. Make sure I'm not unlocking any more lore entries. Oh, yep, there's some more stuff. I'll have to come back to it later. This new system is a little confusing to me. Hello. A triumph to increase my triumph score. Yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 new chapters. All right. We'll come back to it later. Save some for later.
Aramis wished to return the Elixni to greatness. Varix wished to follow her, but her anger
I don't
has
trust
made
this guy.
her blind,
Do y'all trust him?
and it has made Varix see. Aramis
He's like the
cannot
humpback
save
guy
the
from movie
Elixni,
300.
and we cannot save Aramis. We must help the Elixni who wish to flee Aramis. We must give them the second chance she promised. And then the way will be clear for you to end her reign.
Varix looked somber. When he witnessed Aramis releasing the Vex, he realized that she was truly lost sight of what she was fighting for. Now she's endangered everything the Elixni have built on Europa. As the Vex make their way across Europa and towards Rise Reborn, Varix is planning to help some of his allies evacuate the city. They're carrying an important asset that he claims will be invaluable to House Light on Earth. He asks for your help defending them, and then the way will be clear for you to confront Aramis. Help Varix evacuate the Allied Fallen and Eventide ruins. Cool.
The old songs. I am forget.
Where's the music, Destiny? Come on. I like music.
Guardian, how are you? Once Aramis is defeated, I hope you won't have to wield stasis anymore.
I haven't really had to yet, to be honest. Hello. There's that music. We're down. Skiff evacuated. Is that it?
friend. Thank you. Soon the Elixir who still know hope will flee to safety.
What did I do?
Mithrax, the Light Kel, awaits them. For a Kel, he is young, untested. But my people dare to hope. Yes. The skiff is prepared. Help my allies flee this ruined place, and they will become your allies too. Bring this lesson to Aramis.
Okay. How exactly do I activate this? Do I evacuate the skiff? I'm a little lost. I'm not clear what Varix is hoping I'm going to do here. Oh. Requires field emitter code. I guess this guy's got one.
Ready yourselves, Guardians. Servitors are out to resupply. Since their demotion, they've grown all the more wrathful.
You guys are a little tough. That's it. Huh. Oh. That's a neat trick. What's up, Van? Van the man. Do I got to do another one of those? Yeah, I flipped it over. I read a hint that if you have your head on the bottom left or top left, that the Twitch preview window covers it. So I'm just doing an experiment. Is it disorienting to have me over here? Oh boy! You feel manipulated. That's right. I clickbaited you. Oh, I get to fight another one of these gods. Lucky me. Oh, next one of these big boys too. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Oh crap. Nope. Oh, oh, lordy. I'm a little underleveled for this, I think. But I got help. Punch. Punch. You don't know what to do with yourself in Destiny. They just drop you in. Yeah. So have you done the Cosmodrome new player quest yet? If you haven't, I would highly recommend it. I went through it the last couple nights offline, off stream. I had a really stressful week, so I needed to play a little bit off stream. Yeah, so
For a Kell, he is young.
I'm gonna listen to this for a second.
Untested. But my people dare to hope. Yes. I see now that you wield this dark power more wisely than Aramis. Perhaps the corruption did not stem from darkness, but from anger. The skill is prepared. Help my allies flee this ruined place, and they will become your allies too.
I don't trust this barracks guy at all. Okay. But the plot is making me trust him. I hope there's a good payoff for it. So if you go to the tower, there's a new, like stall next to the mailbox. And the stall has abandoned quests. And if you go there, one of the abandoned quests should be the new player quest that all new players get dropped into. And it takes you through a quest in the Cosmodrome that's pretty fun. And you get an exotic at the end of it. And you get a bunch of light levels out of it. Yeah, I did. I thought it was fun. Oh, hey, this is an actual mission. Cool. Feeling a bit parched. The Kell of
The more
Darkness.
Elixir that escape, the better I feel. They deserve safety, away from Aramis.
A victory, yes, but more remain. And when I find them, they'll all die. Good riddance to traitors like you. Unworthy of my empire. Aramis, it was never meant to be an empire. It was meant to be home. Our home was taken from us by your once great machine. There is no
There we go. This game actually feels kind of bad in that everything scales, so you get a better weapon, but nothing dies faster. Yeah, there's I think like up to 100 light levels above the content, you do get some benefit from having higher light levels. But I'm not like a Destiny stats scholar, so I might have that wrong. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of things they need to fix with regard to the light progression right now. Like, they kind of screwed some stuff up when they sunsetted all the old stuff. Am I done with grenade launchers? Oh, hello.
Varix had hoped somewhere within. The friend I knew remained. But after what you did, I knew I was wrong.
Do you know why they call us Fallen? It wasn't our whirlwind that earned us that name. We're Fallen because Elixir like you never proved we could stand up. To humanity, we were always weak. Always doomed. But I knew, from the moment the once great machine abandoned us, what had to be done. I was the only one who had the strength to do it. So forgive me, traitor, but the friend you thought you had, she never existed at all.
I kind of want to flip sides and ally with Aramis. Like, I don't get why the Guardians aren't trying to make an alliance with her. Like, you like darkness, we like darkness, let's all just get along. This is a very fun weapon. Exactly. Let's get dirty and dark together. This is so ridiculous against Fallen. I love it. So stupid. This is the exotic you get, by the way, if you do that mission I was telling you about. It looks so cool. Here, let me show it to you. Look at this thing. Oh, man, I want to lick it. It's so cool looking. The Risk Runner. Yeah, so the gimmick is... Oh, crap. The gimmick is... if you take a arc damage, then you kind of then it'll get attracted to your weapon, and it'll cause your weapons to emit chain lightning, or your bullets to emit chain lightning. Yeah, I saw that that on Twitter. Rel and Alan Lapidus were teasing it, right? I did notice that. What did the weapon look like to you? I couldn't get a great sense of it because it was all blacked out. Some kind of assault rifle or battle rifle. I think it'd be cool if RPG did some stuff with their weapons, like what Destiny does, where they give them all like lore and stuff. I'd like to see that. Speaking of recon data, Glimmer Do I care? Okay. It didn't look like it was Nanite Systems, though, so it might just be a 1 of 3. That would be amazing. I think that common pool weapons are good, but they're boring, man. Like, you gotta have, like, you gotta increase that Empire flavor.
One day you'll understand. When your city falls and your people die. When your traveler abandons you.
Look at this thing. Holy moly. What a weird model. Searhoos. Damn straight, baby. With rotating mega bastions. Yeah. It looks like it's came off of a construction site. It looks kind of like a new conglomerate weapon, doesn't it? Was I just in here like 10 minutes ago? Oh, wrong weapon. Getting some frame drops. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now. Yeah, my streaming PC needs a little bit of help. I need to figure out why it does that, but I've been too busy. But I have a light day on Monday. I might be able to work on it on Monday a little bit, maybe. We'll see. I'm trying to find a new...
Is wrong about Varix, about Elixni. Varix came to Europa for a second chance, for the right thing. That is strength, not weakness.
Relax, man.
Oh,
We're on the same
please,
team.
Varix. You only came here to hide, like a coward.
No! Releasing Vex put Elixni lives in danger. Many have already perished. Aramis, you are the real coward!
Silence! I've had enough of you, Varix. I will enjoy watching your skull shatter into pieces.
Thanks. Sorry, Van, I don't remember what I was saying. I got interrupted by dialogue. Ooh. Streaming PC. So I actually took my wife's old gaming PC and turned it into my streaming PC, but it has some problems. I think mainly it needs to be cleaned out, honestly. My suspicion is that the intake fans are clogged with cat hair. Actually, oh my god, this is horrifying. So, I'll show you a picture later if you want, but I have my gaming PC is a Fractal Meshify S2, I think is what it's called, and the top of it is vented, but my cat loves to walk along the top of my computers because I have 3 computers in a row. I have my streaming PC, and then I have my old gaming PC, which is now like a media server, and then my current gaming PC, all 1, 2, 3, on the other side of my desk, over on the other side of here. And my cat loves to jump on him and just walk over because it gets her right to the back of my desk. And she walks over and like fucks with all my cables and shit. But I actually like bumped the top of my desk, my game tower for some reason. I can't remember why. And like a puff of dust like popped out of the filter. So that thing is badly in need of a cleaning. Yeah, oh yeah, she loves it. Oh my god, it's horrible. It's still when I'm playing Destiny. Actually, my gaming PC is humming along fine. You see 150 frames per second. I'm sure it'd be doing a lot better if it wasn't clogged with cat hair. Wow. Eat it.
Aramis.
Welcome back. It's time to Darkness was not meant for you. You do not understand this power. I will destroy you, your one great machine, and everyone else. Your chains are showing. All that power wasted serving false gods. Ha! Allow me to help you break free.
Ghost. This is... I can't.
Let me at him. Oh, that's scary.
Look what I've done for you.
I'm such a
No more light.
I'm such a weakling.
No more dark.
Look within. Focus your power.
How interesting.
Who is speaking to me just there? Well, listen to the music.
The thing we have to break here is you.
Come then, Pawn. Show me what freedom has given you.
Loading times. No, loading times.
Come to me, Pawn. Get darkness out from your sight. does not matter.
Oh, I can't move.
Still tear you apart.
This is weird. Oh.
Power was meant for me and the elixir. It will not end this way. It can't. What?
Right? Punch her when she's down? You have a point there, man. A monument to stasis, am I right? Aramis awaits within the walls of Rice Reborn? What does that mean? Ba, 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 ba. Also, who is speaking to me? When I felt the power flow through me. Wow, that's a neat vista. Yeah. Yeah, I think I might be going there now, actually. But I'm going to go grab myself a beverage real fast, and I'll be right back to do that. This is getting fun. BRB. I'm going to run an ad while I'm gone. Fingers crossed, maybe? Try it. Here goes. All right. Let's go get dark. Wish I could just like fly off here. Diet Coke and not Coke Zero? Yes, Diet Coke. I'm a Diet Coke fan. Zero is superior. What? What? So actually, in 2011 and 12, I lived in Switzerland. And when I got there, I realized that Diet Coke tasted different, and I didn't like it. Like, it was too sweet. And I ended up switching to Coke Zero when I was over there in Switzerland. But as soon as I moved back to the States, I found that Coke Zero here sucked, but Diet Coke was good. So whenever I'm in Europe, I have Coke Zero. Swap them full sugar. Good for you, man. Full sugar Coke is great, but it's not something you can drink. Like, you gotta treat it like, I don't know, like ice cream.
You see now. Darkness resides within, beckoning you, as it has many others, across lifetimes. Timelines. Beyond ours lies another world, one pervaded by darkness, where guardians abandoned their light at the call of temptation. In that world, you were no exception.
I'm doing it here.
But here, in this world, light and dark swell within you side by side, giving you strength.
Is that what's happening?
Remember that when you step onto the ziggurat once more. You're there for one reason and one alone. To fully harness the darkness within you. It's time now. They're expecting you.
They are expecting me? Who? The Exo Stranger is thrilled. Your progress with Stasis marks a new milestone for her. Why for her? In order to understand why, you must know what happened in her original timeline. One in which the darkness corrupted all but a few guardians. When this ushered in a second collapse, the Exo Stranger thought all hope was lost. Looking at me now, the fine specimen that I am, she finds hope once again. Hope in a future in which the darkness within us can all be accepted, controlled, and embraced. A future in which balance and truth can prevail for the good of humanity. To take one more step toward this future, the stranger asks you to approach the ziggurat once more and embrace the darkness within. All right. All right, robot lady. You can do that. Anything to say, Eris?
You're far from true mastery, but your progress with Stasis marks a step forward for our cause. Hopefully, your example will encourage others to explore this path. The Vanguard view us three with suspicion. But you they trust. Show them it is not misplaced. Demonstrate how the darkness can be used for good.
You're
just as
6'5"?
the light has
Holy
been
giant, man, ITT.
This is only the beginning, Guardian.
And your girlfriend's hair
We
clogs
have
up your
much
intakes.
more yet to uncover.
Tell me this, though, about soda. Do you prefer it from... What type of container do you prefer to drink your soda from? Better way of putting that question. Observe, I'm drinking mine from an aluminum can at the moment. Think an aluminum can is the best way to consume Coke Zero or something else?
That power looks good on you, kid. Real snappy. When the world goes to hell, folks like you and me just keep on going. Still gotta work. Still gotta get paid. Bring those fancy new powers through Gambit sometime, huh?
I wonder what the Traveler's up to. Is it responding to the pyramids somehow? What does any of this mean?
Kind of like these ambient touches. Nothing new going on in here. I keep coming in here expecting to see something different, but it keeps not being different. Straight from the fridge, full bubbles. A can. Okay. I really prefer Diet Coke that's been in a plastic bottle compared to Diet Coke like this. It's just so much more smooth to me. But getting bottled Coke into the house is a pain in the ass, so cans is easy. That's what
Stasis
happens.
is powerful, but so is your light. I'm sorry. I wish I understood why you need to fight darkness with darkness, but I don't.
Oh, we're in the pyramid. Very quiet. This place.
I just want you to know, I'm here with you. Through light or dark. We're partners. Always.
Thanks, Ghosty Ghost. Ooh. This is cool. Oh, it's a full toggle from light to dark classes. Interesting. This is exciting. Particle or planet, it all shatters with enough force. So we're going to unlock some aspects. This is cool. I'm excited about this new system. Seems like it's got a lot more potential than the old system. You don't know what any of that means? You mean about the subclass stuff? So, in the vanilla game, you can unlock these 3 different light-based classes. Oh, aspects. Yeah, aspects are kind of like mods for your subclass. And I don't know exactly what they do yet, but I know that there's one for Titan that makes it so that if you when you do a slide, you break through stasis crystals. I'm really that sounds very, very fun. The aspects are totally new with Beyond Light.
You have taken control of the darkness within and sent Aramis to her end. It's time the truth presented itself to you.
What does that
I
mean?
mentioned before, another timeline. My own. There Aramis lived, and the temptation of darkness thrived. It pervaded the minds of the good and preyed on their desires, bringing about a new dark age.
How's that work?
I feared these events unavoidable. And though I still do, you've given me cause to hope again. Our fight is far from
Sometimes the
over.
metaphysics of
We
Destiny
must prevent
is a little
that dark
too hand
future
wavy
no
for me.
matter what. Thanks to you, I stand no longer at a familiar end. Only a promising new beginning.
The time has come for the Exo Stranger to reveal to you her secret. In another timeline, her original timeline, she failed to stop the darkness from manipulating Guardians and bringing about a second collapse. Since then, she's been carried through time, trying to again and again to prevent that dark future. Looking at you now, she finally sees a future in which she might succeed. Thanks to you, then reminds you that the fight has only just begun. More Guardians must take this path towards stasis. She'll be here to guide those that do. Keep up the fight against House Salvation, all the other enemies of the Traveler. Don't forget you're an ally in the Exo Stranger. Return here to learn more about her past and their secrets that may help you on your journey. Okay, so this is the end of the Beyond Light campaign, I think. Oh, hello. This might look familiar. I know, but it is in fact not one you've seen before. During the Golden Age, Clovis performed many experiments. When it came to experimenting with the Vex, it seemed endless. Time travel became possible only for short bursts of time, and with few options. It needed an anchor, something already unstuck from time. This was that anchor. And it wasn't the only one of its kind, for now it's yours, and in time, all will be explained. No Time to Explain can return shots to the magazine and open a time portal. Oh my god, that's cool looking. What's this? The BT-7707 was prototyped as a weapon to combat the Vex, a portable mass driver capable of firing rounds that moved beyond relativistic speeds. I don't know if it was ever completed in this timeline, but a version of it was pulled from another by Clovis during experiments with the Vex technology. It was never completed. The plans exist now, and I intend to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. I'll need your help to do it. Neat. Ah, Destiny's fun. Soon. What is soon? Do you know what soon means? Okay. Let's try out. There's no time to explain. Oh, light level and everything else I have is crap. Pretty gun. Precision shots and shots against combatants slowed or frozen by stasis return to the magazine. That's pretty badass. It's full auto. At 10 stacks of Rewind Again, a small portal will open, shooting bullets from an alternate timeline of this weapon. Precision hits extend the portal's duration. That's so cool. Okay. I'm excited about this. I'm pretty sure I have an unflinching... I have some pulse rifle stuff I can put on. Anti-barrier pulse rifle. And what else do I have? I thought I had another one. Maybe it's a different... Pulse rifle targeting. That's what it is, probably. Yeah, I'm not getting any legendary helms at all. We'll leave it. Okay. All right, Zavala wants to chat. Let's go talk to him. You asked me who my favorite streamer is. Let me think about that. I don't know if I have one, honestly. A big part of the reason I started streaming is because I didn't think anyone was doing the kind of thing that I was interested in, which is like playing these games through a lens of understanding their impact on communities and kind of trying to be an over analytical bastard like I am about it. I enjoy Mighty Teapot for high energy Guild Wars stuff. He's fun. I don't really watch any of the big streamers because there's no ability to like engage with their content because their chat moves too fast. Neon Light is a good friend of mine who streams Team Fortress Classic, old school game. It's close to my heart. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba. Van, I had no idea you were a TFC player. Are you keeping this from me? Oh, cool. So I can work for one of these exotics if I want to.
What brings you here this time?
This is a cool looking gun. I like shotguns. 4 barrels. Yikes. Yeah, there was I used to play like hardcore competitive TFC. I actually ran a clan for 3 years. I played 250 league organized matches, and a bunch of old people in the old competitive TFC scene made a new league this year, about 6 or so months ago, and I played and casted a bunch of matches. It's pretty fun. Word, yeah. Yeah, the TFC stuff is I tried to make it interesting to non-TFCers, but it's a little hard because that's a very small community. It's very insular. Wow, imagine wasting an exotic cipher on a vehicle.
Aramis is gone. I can't say I agree with your methods, but you did what had to be done. Europa is a treasure trove of Golden Age knowledge. That knowledge, good and bad, belongs to humanity and must remain out of the hands of our enemies. With their Kell gone, the Fallen will be scattered and disorganized. Frequent targeted strikes will keep them that way. I've made an arrangement with the Awoken. Temporary immunity for Variks while he helps us secure Europa. It doesn't sit right with me after what happened to Cade. But there are greater threats on our doorstep now.
Level Up Larry, classic EverQuest. Interesting. It's off about an hour before I start, so you have time for dinner. That's funny. I'm honored you would put me in your evening slot after a guy that big. I feel like I'm just like I'm kind of a nobody on this platform still. Probably will be for a while. Now that Aramis is defeated, the Vanguard hopes to reclaim Europa for humanity. Zavala asks your help in destabilizing what remains of House Salvation. He informs you that Varix will help guide you through the first mission, sabotaging a fallen weapons factory in Europa. Return to Varix for more details. Reclaiming Europa. Alright.
Remember what we fight for.
Wasn't... What do I have to do here to make this alert go away? He's so great. Getting that much viewership in a game like that is impressive. So much production value. Yeah. I admire that. That's legit. Legend of Agrius. Look at this thing, man. That's a cool looking gun. I love the way exotics are designed in this. Such a cool part of the game. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, quest. Those are actually all the exotics whose quests you can no longer do because they vaulted all the old content. I feel like they touched up the last city with this expansion. I feel like there's like you can see more detail than you used to be able to. It looks more alive.
Putting stasis into a grenade launcher, huh? Wish I'd thought of that. Listen, I think the Fallen have bitten off a little more than they can chew here. What do you say we take this thing off their hands? See if you can find intel on where they're keeping the prototype. In the meantime, I'm gonna call in a favor from the shore.
Oh my god, I want this weapon. The stasis prototype. The Drifter examines the blueprints he found. Turns out that the Fallen are using Praxis' armor tech to create a weapon capable of channeling stasis energy. Aramis had planned to distribute this weaponry to Fallen all across the system, expanding the capabilities of her army. Drifter likes the idea so much that he immediately cooks up a plan to steal the prototype from the Fallen. He thinks Spider's associates might be able to offer some insider info. While he looks over the blueprints and calls in a favor, he asks you to go to Europa and gather more intel on the prototype. Hell yeah, let's do it. I'm down, Charlie Brown.
Hurry back. Gambits are waiting.
All right, back we go. The icy planet awaits. Probably need to do one more public event on Europa to get the chaperone. Maybe I'll just go ahead and try to do that while I'm there. Ooh. All this stuff. Okay. Ba 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 ba.
Aramis is gone. I mourn the loss of an old friend. I celebrate the death of an enemy. The taste is bittersweet. But ideas are stronger than death. I hear whispers of Elixni, who wish to take the mantle that Aramis left behind. There is still work to be done, yes?
Sabotaging salvation. Okay. You were curious about my favorite streamer because you saw Nick was in Larry's stream last night. We were chatting. Yeah, word. I haven't talked to Nick in a little while. Small Twitch world when you're talking old SOE games. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Elixni are not all warriors. We are builders.
Let me think, like, the only Twitch content I really watch regularly, I don't know, like, I guess I kind of spend all the time that I used to spend watching Twitch actually streaming myself now, or doing the podcast. So, like, all the time I used to spend doing that stuff is just gone to other things now. Mainly what I'll do is I'll watch people's streams, like if I kind of want to talk to them on the podcast, just to like learn what they're about and stuff. You feel that? You thought about starting your stream up, but it's like I just kind of want to watch someone else. I mean the Twitch economy needs viewers and streamers alike. And like, also streaming is like a lot of work. And I don't know, like if I wasn't really motivated to do it, like it would be much easier for me just to like turn these bright ass lights off that are in my face and just play in the dark like I used to with like YouTube on a second screen. Like I did that for years and years and years before I got kind of sick of it and wanted something more interesting. But you were in a very different spot, not hitting your social quota, which is very small. Start it. Yeah, I hear you, man. Are you an introvert? Oh, hello. Hella introvert. Hell yeah, man. Introvert life. Trying to get the buff. Oh, I got it. I got it. There it is. Look. That was really easy to light up, actually. Where's it going? I lost track of the event. Yeah, the funny thing is, like, I'm an introvert, but, like, I go a little crazy if I don't talk to people. Sometimes I wonder if I'm an extrovert in disguise. I kind of go crazy if I'm too insulated and if I'm too exposed. Like, both drive me crazy. Extrovert with very small capacity. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that sounds a lot like me. Oh, look at that! Fucking Titan power. That was beautiful. Give me that glimmer. Whoops. Look, one of these guys has the same rifle. Such heroism. Ba, 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 ba. Think of yourself as an extrovert with very small capacity. You do need that small bit, but after that, 100% want to stay at home. Right. Testing. Testing. Should be okay, I think. I hope.
Humanity's refuge does not lie in us alone. We must awaken darkness far and wide, teach the masses.
Could you imagine
to
if
use
Planetside was like this?
First, we must awaken its power fully. There was one whose knowledge of the darkness exceeded even our own. My grandfather, Clovis Bray the First. Elizabeth, he said to me as I woke, born again as an exo. You are going to save the world. What a load of crap. The old man didn't care about saving the world. He only cared about his precious legacy. Still, here's to hoping he was right. Clovis kept most of his secrets in his personal journal. And
Ooh, a
I know
journal.
just where we can find it.
That's exciting. I'm not going to reread all this. She just talked about it. The exo-stranger removes a symbol from her own body, from her own booty, and hands it to you, calling it a skeleton key. In order to access the journal, you must empower the skeleton key with stasis energy. That's a very, very RPG thing to do. To empower a mundane object with magic. Gather energized ether by defeating Fallen on Europa. Use stasis immediately against any combatant on Europa. Okay. I can manage that, sexy robot lady. Someday PlanetSide will have this budget. Will it, though? I gotta believe. I don't know, man. I don't know if PlanetSide will ever be able to appeal to people the way that this game does to people. And I don't mean like to the extent. I mean with the breadth. I can hope. A bigger scale that's ever been seen before. Battlefield 6. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. And the funny thing is like scale is such a great marketing like buzz term. But it turns out that people don't want is scale. They want something that's easy. And drop in, drop out is what they actually want. Well of Infinitude. Okay. Let's go to the other end of the map. I'm just gonna ride. I'm just gonna chill. Let's go. You want scale. You want PlanetSide 2 with Continent Lattice. Oh my god, dude, the Continental Lattice. Don't get me started. I miss, like, the actual small-scale PlanetSide. Like, the actual small outfit stuff that you could do. With having things like dropping generators and, like, ant drops and Continental Lattice so you can hit from, like, different fronts and stuff. I like the idea of having, like, home continents. Which rotated. I don't know if all the things that PlanetSide 2 does right was worth losing all that stuff. God damn. Makes me sad. But I am pleased that we have a developer for the game now that's willing to talk to us. Like, it's been really cool. I'm seeing skipped frames again. Rip me. It's really cool to have Rel like drop into the podcast that I do and kind of say hey to people and be part of the community. I'm thinking about whether there's other folks in the RPG staff that would like to come on my podcast. But no one other than like Andy Seitz really like stands out to me as someone who's kind of out there and wants to talk. Dropping gens, draining bases in the Vanu home continent because they were fucking you in the other main continent battles. Yes! You have more hope for PlanetSide 2 than you have since 2014. Yeah, and I think that's for good reason, man. This rifle feels good, dude. You think Andy would? Alan Lapis might be. He's like 100% art. Yeah, I thought about Alan. I actually asked Rel if he'd help me get in touch with Andy, but I haven't. It's been silent, so I think that might be a no.
My brethren lack the necessary supplies to
I don't know how else to message Andy. He's not really got an easy way to get in touch with him.
from those that hunt them.
I would like to get someone to talk to me about PlanetSide Arena. I wonder if Andy would be the guy to talk to me about it. I wonder if he would. Like, he also just might not. Which I would understand, I guess. I kind of want to do this public event. Bonk. You don't know if it would be a no. They go through waves of busy, it seems like. Yeah. Andy seems like a very busy guy. My gun is shooting these things without me doing anything. Oh god. How do I damage these things? What the heck? The fanboy about PlanetSide 1 for hours, but I don't know how interesting that would be. I find PlanetSide 1 insanely interesting. Like, I think that, like, it's a really easy game to talk about because it did so many unique things. The thing that people, like, lose sight of is the fact that actually it was kind of... It could be very unfun to play at times because of the way it was paced and just the quality of the actual shooting mechanics and stuff like that. But I mean, people were cared less about that stuff. They had like their standards were different, you know, different time and all that. Oh my lordy! Oh, you guys are vulnerable. Oh, they're vulnerable again. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. That's what's happening. Almost at 1200. In your opinion, PlanetSide Arena was murdered by the PlanetSide community. Wow, that's a hot take. Timing was bad, but it might have existed if it wasn't review buried by salty vets. You don't mean succeed, just existed enough to be a thing. Yeah, I mean, but would PlanetSide vets have hated it if it was handled better? Like if it wasn't so obvious that they were taking resources away from PlanetSide in order to make it happen? Like, I agree with you that it would have helped. But I don't know if that would have been enough. And I also think that it kind of earned it. It kind of earned the response it got. But then again, maybe I'm just biased. I just don't like Battle Royale games. And I never gave it a second look. That's fair too. That's where the hate comes from 100%, I think. Yeah. Well, that's the loyal fans. I think you got to be pretty unaware to not anticipate that kind of attitude from players like that. And they also didn't do a lot to reach out to people outside the PlanetSide community. which always confused me. Like, from what I can tell, it was an objectively decent game. Like, it wasn't badly made or anything. It just... Like, no one knew about it who didn't already play PlanetSide. People who already played PlanetSide didn't want it. I feel like I've been in this part of Europa like 15 times today. Subreddit can be disgusting. That applies to like any community. Actually, the more time I spend doing this, streaming and doing podcasting, the more I realize that like it's strictly superior than trying to talk to people on Reddit. Because that's what I used to do in order to like talk gaming. But it's the pale substitute from actually connecting to people in this way. What is that? It's part of the terrain? What's back here? Huh. Path of Exile and PlanetSide 2 are the most vitriolic communities. Really, Path of Exile? I thought that the Path of Exile had a feels good man community because people... I thought everyone loved it. I did not know that about Path of Exile. Dude, it's hilarious having this black hole shoot things. Are you seeing this? If it's a great league, it's a circle jerk. PoE can have a medium league, and the subreddit is unbearable for weeks after launch. Huh. When you say medium, what do you mean? Like, in terms of quality? Hey, where am I? Rise Reborn. Perdition, Brea Exoscience, and Eternity. I just want to track these. All right, let's roll. Like a medium concept quality bugs. Okay. That's too bad.
Good to have you back, Guardian. The Fallen are producing advanced weaponry on Europa to improve their military strength throughout the system. Our goal is to sabotage their efforts however we can. Start by taking out a critical manufacturing plant.
Who haven't been through this door before. This is exciting. It devolves into personal attacks, hatred salt for weeks or months. It's a bit better now because the mods have started doing something about it. Ad hominem, baby.
He has specialized knowledge of the facility.
Of course he does.
It is well guarded, not only by Aramis's Elixir. Vex incursions threaten Europa. Aside through those who still whisper Aramis's name.
Perhaps we can use that to our advantage.
you were a PlanetSide subreddit mod years ago, and it makes you sad because now it feels like they don't do anything to mitigate. 16 out of 20 posts about the same bug isn't good for the gamer community. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that a guy like Rel or that the devs continue to engage there.
You will encounter many locks here. Varix offers you his keys. They are old. The teeth must fit this new lock.
Do you really think your old access codes will work? Maybe there's another way.
There is no other way.
All right. Just between you and me, I'm really tired of hacking security systems.
Why? You're a robot. What Rel gets from that sub is disgusting. The memes are great. After that, it's gross. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like, I mean, a little bit of joking and ribbing is acceptable. But people actually... Like, they actually treat Rel like he's not a person. And they're actually just straight up wrong in their thinking about a lot of things. It is kind of disgusting. I love how huge everything is in Destiny. It's so cool. Ba, ba, ba. What's going on, guys?
Locked down.
My key or failure.
I still don't see why this would work. But if I have to hack this thing, I will. Access denied. Big surprise there. New plan. Guardian, I'm picking up a volatile energy signature on the other side of the room. A power core, I think. Let's get a little more proactive here.
Man, it must feel bad to get evaporated by a fusion rifle, don't you think? Oh, cool. Owned. It can be such a weird mix of idolizing people like A-Flick or wanting to respect the game as it is too. You feel like so many people forget the PlanetSide's bigger than just the small portion that they play. Yes. Yes. And how to get people to see that and respect it.
That was very tight enough, Ghost.
We've been through a lot lately. I'd say we're learning to do things our own way.
Where the fuck is Zavala? Did he see that? Is he like watching over my shoulder? Freaky Zavala in the house. Sabotage the fallen brakes. Not sure you can without them playing it, yeah. I don't know, I think in most games people just find the thing they like about it and just repeat that. PlanetSide is just kind of unique in that there's so many different things. So there's like more to misunderstand in a way. How do I sabotage you guys? Hacked. What's the track for? This is kind of a cool area. What is this? A darkness sealed chest. Aged armor, sealed in darkness. It's like when I get to the back of my fridge. Get that sealed in darkness flavor. Console lockdown. Let's do the time warp again. That's what I'm thinking about with this rifle.
Fallen really built this place up. And another computer terminal.
You must not blow it up. You will disrupt too
What game are you
much.
playing, Varix?
Fine, fine. Let me have a look.
Hi. Ah. Ouch. That thing is shooting me through. All right. What the fuck? That tank just stand up? You gotta be kidding me. Wow. It's an angry robot. Oh man. Adam's like that close to getting it. Sad. Technocrat's iron.
Wow, the Fallen really built this place up. And another computer terminal.
You must not blow it up. You will disrupt too much.
Fine, fine. Let me have a look.
Oh. Gotcha.
Factory is powering down.
Well done, Guardian. This will go a long way in gaining us a foothold on Europa. But we should hit them again as soon as possible. Take advantage of the Vex presence here.
Just give the word, Commander. We'll be ready.
I'm hacking, baby. Hacker man. That was fun. Visit Varix. That's Eternity. I'm just curious. Perdition, Eternity, and Bray Science. So I know Eternity's there. Okay. Perdition is the other one? Where is Perdition? I'm not seeing Perdition anywhere. Huh. Maybe it's not on Europa. Well, I got a pretty chill weekend coming up. I think I'm actually going to be streaming a lot more Destiny tomorrow and Sunday. Usually I don't get to do anything interesting on Saturday until the end of the day, but I actually kind of have the day off because my wife's busy.
Let Varix help.
You can now obtain Hero Ways pieces by completing patrols, lost sectors, and public events on Europa. Hero Ways pieces can be used to purchase various quests from Varix. As you saw when you attacked the factory, Vex Swarm Rise Reborn. They are pests, but your commander is right. Such pests will make House Salvation weak. Varix will help you and your vanguard once more. House Salvation must be destroyed, yes? Varix offers to guide you through several low-level sabotage operations, so you might take advantage of House Salvation's disorganized state. Complete 2 sabotage quests acquired from Varix. Oh, cool. Sabotage. What am I smelling? Is my wife making hot dogs? It smells like hot dogs. Cool. Going on a quest. Right now I feel like there's so much to do on Europa. It's really fun. Let's see.
No, do not fight.
Complete bounties. Defeat combatants. Rise Reborn Approach and Technocrat's Iron. Purchase complete 2 sabotage quests. So I just got to do bounties and combatants. Wow, I gotta complete 8 bounties, so that's not gonna happen today. It's gonna take me a weekend to do this probably. Well, let's see, what can I focus on now? Don't I already have the chaperone? I'm really confused about this. Exotic. It's an energy weapon, right? All right, Van. Thanks for dropping by. It was fun hanging out. I'll see you next time. No time to explain. I could have sworn I already had the chaperone unlocked. I'm very confused why I have to unlock it again.
From the sky came a gale. Varix forgets.
Damn. This thing is so cool. I want this. Okay. Well, that kind of answers that question, and that's fine. We got some more lore unlocked. Let's see. We have 3 more pages here. 1 more page here. I feel like I'm going to read these. Yeah, I think this is going to happen. The Nightmare. As she dissolves the old bonds of House of Devils, Aramis is haunted by shadowed dreams. In one, she relives Twilight Gap. She lunges, driving a sword into the belly of a Guardian soldier, grunting as they yell and crumple forward. Another Guardian rushes at her head on before she has time to yank the sword free. But she hears the sound of a shock rifle firing behind her, and leans abruptly to the right as the shot flies by and hits the Guardian before her with full force. She looks back to see Critus, shimmering with purple glow of the void as her servitor shields her. Critus tips her head in acknowledgement of Aramis and turns to fire the rifle into another cluster of Guardians. Aramis rips her sword free and forges ahead. They are closing in on the city now. Guardians are falling all around her. They're so close. Fast, heavy footfalls come up behind her. Phylax, ferocious and bloodthirsty, shouts to Aramis as she attacks a towering, broad-shouldered Guardian. Aramis ducks and slides out of the way. As Phylax makes contact with the Guardian's head, Aramis slashes the beast across his side with her sword. He loses his balance, and she kicks his hip, tipping him toward Phylax. In these days, Phylax almost always fights with her bare hands. She breaks his neck. Aramis pushes forward. So close. A ferocious laugh erupts to her right, and then the thundering blast of a scorch cannon. Taniks, a blur of whirring machinery, creates explosions of earth and flesh and blood all around them. He keeps laughing. So close. But then, before her, a blinding flash of gold. She sees Elixni burst into flame and ash around her as a gun fires one shot after another. Pools of shining light are the only trace of the victims. The Guardian wielding the gun is a tiny sun. Another shot. Critus' servitor. Another. Critus herself. Aramis remembers losing, but she does not remember this. Doesn't remember seeing Phylax evaporating into glowing ash. Doesn't remember the shot that hits her in the chest or the burning fire that exploded through her limbs or her own scream. She wakes with a jolt, breathless. 6. The Herald. The dreams persist. They are old memories, but twisted, battling a Guardian in the prison of elders and falling before their light. Aethris banging on the walls of her sleeping pod, calling for the great machine. She cannot sleep. Something in the dreams tells her to travel to Earth's moon. She follows the sign. On the moon, she fights through corpse-stinking hive like swarms of flies. Their fetid stench is unbearable, worse than the carcass piles at the prison, worse than the battlefield of Twilight Gap. They eat and breathe death, and she resents their breath upon her, so she cuts through them like so much tall grass. A night stalks her deep into the catacombs, staying on the edge of her hearing, matching her footsteps. She lets it make the first strike, and when it does, she cracks its exoskeleton armor with her sword. The thrill of the fight, hearing the night howl as it meets death, is almost comforting, a reprieve from her unsettling dreams. She's painted the hive blood as she continues her advance, and when she finally comes upon the ship, a familiar sight causes her to freeze in her tracks. She remembers this fleet. She remembers seeing them in the sky like black arrows. She remembers the space where the great machine was, and then the blank space where it wasn't. It was all a lesson in dependence, one that took many years to learn. This time the black arrow speaks to her. She knows it's not Elixni. It's not one of the clumsy tongues of earth, nor the lilting speech of the reef. It is something else. A whisper. One that is so loud and somehow understood so perfectly. Stop waiting, it says. No one's coming for you. You must be your own salvation. She feels something in all 4 of her hands, a tingle, a buzz. It reminds her of a broken arc spear. She clenches and unclenches her fists, staring at the sleek surfaces of the ship. There's power here. Power that she can grasp. But not yet. A waking dream strikes her like lightning. She's transported. The bleak gray dust of the moon falls away, and she stands on a wide plain of whipping ice and snow. It blinds her, chases her breath away. Then she's on the moon again, and the whispers are silent. She knows where she must go next. 7. The Scribe. Aramis and Varric stand in the shadow of a half-constructed city. Her people have salvaged bits and pieces from the Eliksni hideouts across the system and lashed into the ruins of a Golden Age facility, building something new from something old. It's Eliksni flesh on the bones of humanity's failure, nestled in the icy tundra of Europa. She watches Varric's face as she looks up. There's something familiar there, an awe that she remembers from a long time ago. It will be a new rise, she says, raising her eyes to the scaffolding before them. A new home for our people. No more running. No more living on the outskirts. Varric looks away finally to meet Aramis's eyes. What of the devils? He speaks Eliksni. It surprises her. Old names, she says, dismissive. Leave the old names and the old ways in the past. Just as she remembers, Varric doesn't let his awe stand in the way of practicality. His gaze turned appraising. And why choose this place? Why choose this frozen moon? I saw it in a dream. She can feel a skepticism. She doesn't blame him, actually. Since the prison break, he's been hiding somewhere, some forgotten corner of the system, waiting for judgment to come. He gifted his people with freedom, and then built himself a cell of isolation. He can't see beyond what he thinks he knows. And why do you call for me? He asks. There is a hardness in his voice. After everything, we're not allies, Aramis. Old ways, she says again. If the Eliksni are to survive, we need to abandon all memory of division, petty squabbles, house politics. I want to wipe it all clean. She looks up at the scaffolding again. This will be a new world, Varric. New ideas, new stories. We'll be known and remembered as something new. Varric follows her gaze. Now his voice is softened. And why me? Aramis turns to face him fully now. He fears her still. She sees it in the hunch of his shoulders, the way he turns his face to the side as if looking at her head-on will hurt his eyes. In the new world, she says, I will need a scribe. Nice. All right, we got one more. We're going to read it and then call it a night. 11. The Technocrat. This is Praxis, the technocrat speaking from Rise Reborn. It's become evident that even as our numbers grow, many Eliksni have yet to accept our Kel's invitation to take part in the long-awaited progress of our people. Thus, it falls on me to make an argument I did not think I would have to make. No, that is false. I did anticipate some degree of cowardice, obstinacy, stupidity, whatever you might call it, but only in the beginning, when we lacked evidence for our endeavor. At this late stage, however, when our Aramis goal succeeds where all others have failed, alas, I might find it hard to believe if I could not see the empty spaces in our half-filled capital, or heard the whispers of doubt sown by the weakling of House Light. Yes, even from this moon of some distance, I can tap into your transmission, Mizrax. Others may call you forsaken, but I dub you foolish, clinging still to that moon-sized obsolescence. Do you forget the lesson we teach our children? A catch laden with unnecessary will never fly. As for those of you following in his example, placing your faith and peace with our enemies, well, what good are the words of a scientist if you ignore what is before your own eyes? I can only encourage you to truly think. What proofs have your alleged allies offered of their loyalty? Their willingness to share equality with you? How have you benefited, truly, from them? If you answer none yet, or I don't know, I admire your patience. For myself, for my Kel, for all of us of House Salvation, the time has grown too long, and the failures too many invest in such a flimsy experiment. The Eliksni must update our approach if we're ever to rise. Either join us as we march towards progress, or be swept aside with the vestigialities. Well said. Well said. Okay. This is fun, but it's late. I gotta call it a night, folks. I'll be back tomorrow at some point. Play some more. This is way too much fun not to come back to. If you wanna stay on top of new streams and such, you can hit up my Discord. Drop a link here. Or my Twitter, where I like to post nonsense. Or my YouTube, which is where my podcasts and all these VODs end up. Feel free to check those out. But if not, thanks for chilling, and I'll catch you on the flip side.